Hola, welcome to Fan for Spanish materials. Today's video is going to be about two verbs, the verb to leave and the verb to stay. And we're going to learn how to use them in past simple. These two verbs are reflexive, and that's why it's interesting because we're going to practice past simple plus reflexive. So it's going to be very interesting. So, first thing is to remember what is a reflexive verb. We talked about these verbs. In infinitive, the reflexive verbs are written this way. You have the verb in infinitive plus a se, which makes it reflexive. Remember that reflexive verbs have their own meaning. Yeah, they don't have meanings related to their root verb. In this case, ir. Yeah, is the verb to go, yeah, but irse is the verb to leave, and these are two completely different meanings. So, reflexive structure. Let's um, let's have a look at how we conjugate this. Now, you already know the personal pronouns: yo, tú, I, you, él, ella, usted, he, she, you formal, nosotros, we, vosotros, you guys in Spain, ellos, ellas, ustedes, they, just females, and you guys in Latin America. Now, we have here these pronouns, which are the reflexive pronouns, and these are the ones we're going to use. Yeah. And then we are going to have the verbs. The verbs are these ones here in present, and also we're going to have it in past simple. Good. Let's do present first. So, how do we say, um, well, to leave? I leave. So, yo me voy. That will be I leave. Remember, if you want to do it negative, we're going to put the no right after the personal pronoun. Yeah? If I want to say I don't leave, you say yo no me voy. Good. Now, let's make it in past simple. So it's exactly the same thing as in present tense. The only thing that's going to change is the conjugation of the verb ir, yeah, for past simple. So you're going to say, if you want to say I left, right, you're going to say yo me fui, yeah. You see the difference? Yo me voy, I leave. Yo me fui, I left. Yeah. How do we say I didn't leave? Yo no me fui. Yo no me fui means I didn't leave. Okay, and so on. We can carry on. Let's do with the second personal um, pronoun, which is tú. So let's say you left. Tú te fuiste. That means you left. You didn't leave. Tú no te fuiste. And so on. And as you can see, the verb ir, yeah, this verb ir is conjugated here in past tense. Fui, fuiste, fue, fuimos, fuisteis, fueron. So, yo me fui, I left. Tú te fuiste, you left. Él se fue, he left. Nosotros nos fuimos, we left. Vosotros os fuisteis, you guys left. Ellos se fueron, they left. So, as you can see, um, the difference between reflexive verbs in present tense and past tense is that you have to conjugate the verb in past tense. That's it. So, in this case, the verb ir has to be conjugated in past tense. The rest is exactly the same thing. The reflexive structure remains exactly the same. Yeah. So the only difference is the conjugation of this verb in past tense. Now, let's have a look at some examples here. So, um, me voy a la playa. That's like I leave to the beach. So if you're leaving a place, you're abandoning a place, and then you're heading to another, if you want to specify that place you're heading afterwards, you're going to use the preposition a. So me voy, yeah, me voy means that you are leaving the place where you are at right now. And if you say a la playa, that means that you're leaving that place, you're leaving the place where you are right now, and afterwards you're heading to the beach. Yeah. You can do this with any place. Yeah. So you can say, me voy al trabajo. I'm leaving where I am right now and I'm heading to work. Me voy al estadio. I'm leaving the place where I am at right now and I'm heading to the stadium. Now, you can also talk about an activity, and this activity is going to be in infinitive after the preposition a. So, me voy a correr. That means that you're going to leave the place where you are at right now, and afterwards you're going to start doing something, which is to run in this case. So, me voy a correr is I leave now and then I'm going to run. Me voy a estudiar. So that means you're going to leave the place where you are at and then you're going to study and so on. You can put any activity in infinitive here. Remember, after using the preposition a. Also, you can leave a place and you can specify the place you're living. In this case, me voy de la casa. This is an example. You're going to use the preposition de to specify the place you are living. Me voy de la casa means you are leaving the house. So you can, as you can see, you can specify both the place you are living, me voy de la casa, you're leaving the house, but also you can specify the place you're heading to afterwards. So you don't have to specify the place you're living all the time. You can also specify just the place where you're heading to afterwards. Yeah. So a to specify the place you're heading afterwards, de to specify the place you're living right now. And remember, you can also add an activity. Good. So let's have a look at the verb to stay. So the verb to stay is also very important because you use it a lot to talk about trips or to talk about things you places where you stay, right? Maybe your friend's house or yeah, doesn't matter. So the verb to stay is also a reflexive verb. Is quedarse. As you can see, quedarse. We use the quedar is the root verb, and se is what makes it reflexive. Now, reflexive structure remains exactly the same as we saw on the previous slide. And then we have present tense and also we have the past simple. So if you want to use this verb in present tense, it's pretty simple. You just use the reflexive structure and you just put these verbs here that are in present tense. Let's say I stay, that will be yo me quedo. I stay. You stay, tú te quedas. She stays, ella se queda. We stay, nosotros nos quedamos. Remember, if you want to make any statement in negative, the only thing you have to put is the no after personal pronouns. Remember that personal pronouns can also be names. Maria, yeah, Maria is an ella, is a she. And if you want to say Maria doesn't stay here, you say Maria no se queda aquí. Okay. Now, let's do the past simple, which is pretty much the same thing. The only difference is that we are going to use the conjugation of the verb quedar, which is the root verb, but in past tense. So, quedé, quedaste, quedó, quedamos, quedasteis, quedaron. Remember, those are the endings we studied for past simple. So, yeah, let's practice some examples. I stayed. Yo me quedé. You stayed. Tú te quedaste. She didn't stay. Ella no se quedó. We didn't stay. Nosotros no nos quedamos. And so on. Let's say you guys stayed in Spain. Vosotros os quedasteis, and so on. So as you can see, it's exactly the same thing, But the only difference is that the conjugation of the quedar verb is going to be in past simple. So, me quedo en la playa. What does this mean? Think about it. 2 seconds. I stay at the beach. So we're going to use the preposition en to show at, location, like at or in, yeah, when you are at a place. Me quedo en la playa is I stayed at the beach, yeah. Me quedé en la casa de Mario. That will be yo me quedé, I stayed at Mario's place. I stayed at Mario's place. So here is exactly the same thing, but in past tense, right? Me quedo, me quedé. Yeah, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. How to practice this, of course. So the first thing we're going to do is to, well, study your quiz flashcards, please. It's really important that you do this. Also, if writing helps you, do the notes and writing. And the fun part, which is to use it in real life situation, is tell others about your favorite trip. Tell them where you stayed and for how long, and also when you left those places, and give sequence. So this is beautiful. Let's say I had a trip to Italy, and yeah, and then I went to Rome, and then the day after I went to Milano, and then 2 days after I went to Bologna. So you're gonna use sequence. You're gonna use also this reflexive verse in past tense. So yo fui a Italia y me quedé en Roma. 2 días después me fui a Milano y me quedé en Milano una semana. Ah, al día siguiente me fui a Bologna y me quedé 3 semanas en Bologna. So as you can see, this is beautiful and you can use it in any trip. So have fun and yeah, see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.